Yo, what's good, world? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy. We back with another one, man. This crazy. Your boy Diddy. Man, got new allegations. Tony BuzBee bringing 130 for it. J-Lo. I mean, it's crazy. They trying to fry your boy Diddy, and Diddy is mad at Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't know him no more. They done broke up, man. They ain't together no more. That ain't his boyfriend. You know, Diddy, he's gonna tell on everybody. That dude gonna drop some dimes. He gonna drop some quarters. He gonna drop some 50-cent pieces, and then he gonna drop them $100 bills. Y'all don't know him now. He done put all y'all on. And Jay-Z, you don't know him either, for real. Man, this dude, boy, he is about to turn up on y'all. Jay-Z is going through it. He's not having his way with court. It's not looking good. He's trying to close it down, shut it down, and he think the judge is supposed to bow down to him, say, yeah, yes, sir, court's done. You can go home. Nah, man. Especially after seeing he don't know Diddy, too. This is not going to fly, man. Your boy just done set Jay up for failure. His lawyer just set him up for failure, man. I'm telling you, your boy Jay is about to be done for him. And this right here is going to be for New York. So he just might be in the same spot as Diddy. What's y'all take on that? What do y'all think? He gets stuck in the same spot as Diddy, man. Because there's a lot of evidence that's going to be coming out. A lot of people coming forward. A lot more things that's going to be happening, man, that y'all got to understand that's in place right now. Like, this dude's about to, break the record on the internet wave, viralness, everything. He's about to shut it down with him and Diddy. And then it's just going to domino effect from there to other big dogs, executives, and gatekeepers, and everybody that was on the tapes and around and watching. And man, because all they gonna do is just give y'all the maximum, so y'all gonna say something. That's gonna be the easiest way. Like, I don't even know. Like, this is gonna be a new thing that's about to shut entertainment down, man. Honestly, it's gonna shut entertainment down, man. And I know I'm kind of like being real quiet on it, but it's just what y'all gonna see, man. How y'all gonna see this stuff go down, and this new stuff that I got that I want y'all to check out, man. On this new footage of everything that's going on with the Jay-Z and the Diddy stuff, man, and all the people that's coming up next, man, that's in line, and how it's gonna tear down the whole entertainment. Like, it's not just no hip hop, and it's all categories of music. It's modeling, actors, sports. I mean, it's everything, news people. I mean, commentators. I mean, everybody that you can think that's with showbiz, and just it's about to mess a lot of people up, man. And I'm gonna keep this one short and simple, y'all, but y'all gotta check this out, man. It's the update, man. They saying that, like I said, your boy Jay, he got denied what he wished for. He don't know Diddy no more. He got a lot of things that a lot of ducks that's not in a row right now, man. Your boy gonna be looking at a lot of time, man. And Jay go in there, he gonna tell him somebody. What's y'all take on that too? You already know he go up in there. They gonna tell him somebody, man. He gonna tell him somebody. This dude had to evacuate one of his spots, man. His newest addition, at $200 million house, man. his daughter just, you know, that movie just came out. It Sonic did better than the movie that just came out that, you know, his daughter made. They all going through it, man. And his kids got to see all this stuff, man. Y'all gotta understand. Your boy Jay ain't gonna go down without no fight, man. But I'm gonna just tell y'all, it's gonna be a lot of stuff that's coming out, man. And that they talking about right now, this update, y'all gonna trip. So let me know what y'all think in the comments on this one, man. And let's talk about this one. Like I said, I gotta go live on this one, man. And hit that subscribe button, man. I appreciate all y'all support, love as always. Y'all already know, man. Couldn't do it without y'all, man. And we the family. We're gonna keep running this thing up, man. That's how we're gonna do it, man. And y'all just stay safe, stay blessed, stay warm, stay happy out there, man. And to the next one, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on it, man. I salute y'all, man. I'm out, man. Peace.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam. 14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning in a hotel room, auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest deal in Def Jam history.
It's been 20 years since she died in a fiery plane crash, and serious questions still linger. Was she drugged before she got on that doomed flight? What really caused this plane to nosedive back to Earth just a minute after takeoff?
So when Aaliyah passed away, I was a young teenager, and hearing about the news that morning felt kind of surreal, like such a tragic and unlikely loss of someone who was so young and in their prime and had a thriving career. I never even imagined that there could have been some type of ill intentions behind what had happened. But now, strong evidence suggests that Aaliyah's death might involve foul play, with multiple industry figures allegedly tied to it. This rabbit hole seems like it runs pretty deep. And the more you dig into the details, the less it all adds up. This isn't just some fringe conspiracy theory at this point. People in the industry have been talking about it for years. There's even footage of celebrities who knew Aaliyah hinting at something deeper, almost like they knew the truth.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't show people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring who, you know what I'm saying? But what I learned, and she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know, it wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that.
And if this is true, the implications are devastating, especially given the details that I'm about to share. You know, people have been saying for years that eventually the truth will come out. These industry stories always seem to be a little off, don't they? When the same names and patterns keep showing up over and over, you gotta wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Because let's be real, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And listen, man, I take every opinion with a grain of salt, but something is definitely off with the music industry. And at this point, it's something that pretty much all of us believe. When Mary J. Blige spoke out, you could tell it put her in an uncomfortable position. She hasn't even said anything since, and honestly, it's hard to blame her. It really seems like a dirty game that only a select few people really understand the inner workings of. Now, guys, take this next part with a grain of salt because when someone makes a career out of exposing people, I tend to look at them with a little bit of skepticism, especially when it seems like they got a little bit of acting thrown in. And Jaguar Wright, to me, seems like she's putting on a bit of a show. And I heard her have a freestyle where she said she's the puppet master before. So I don't know, but for context, this clip of Jaguar Wright is pretty important. And there is some actual evidence to back some of the things she's saying here up.
Now, I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
We were all led to believe that this was just some kind of freak accident. There was no possible way anyone could have known this happened. But I remember around that time, or maybe a few years later, Timbaland having this rant where he was pissed off talking about they had her on a freaking crop duster that was weighed down too much, and just the anger and passion in his voice, it just made me feel like something was wrong. But I was too young or maybe too naive to read into it a little bit more. But now we're peeling back the layers now that people are looking into it further, and we're seeing that there may have been some additional steps in place to not only get her on that plane, but to keep her from taking alternative routes because she wasn't quite comfortable with the situation and that's what her brother's about to explain in a clip from this interview that I'm about to play right now.
The video was shot in Miami, part of it, and then it was kind of added on that she would have to go to the Bahamas to shoot some footage. She really didn't want to get when she saw the little plane. She really wasn't too comfortable with that.
Now here's the question. How did Aaliyah go from being adamantly against getting on that small plane to ending up on that plane and almost immediately losing her life? People who claim to be in the know are unfortunately pointing their fingers at Jay-Z and Hype Williams. Like I said earlier, I gotta give y'all the disclaimer to take everything Jaguar Wright says with a grain of salt, but here we go.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce.
So people are suspicious of Jay-Z because he had some type of obsession with Aaliyah, as some people put it. And he also met Aaliyah while Aaliyah was actually with R. Kelly. And on top of that, as a lot of you know, Aaliyah actually was with Dame Dash. So it was one of those guys who was courting her, but ended up losing the battle to Dame Dash.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously, everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro. Right. She was like, she'll go to dinner with her, but she wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah.
The true reason of Rockefeller's breakup.
But everybody knows that. Like we were both. I heard it, but I didn't. Yeah, but they be trying to act like he was like really whatnot. He was sending flowers and doing all this shit that he was courting her. So we were both going hard.
Jay-Z really did not like Aaliyah, and it was well known within his inner circle that he did not mess with Aaliyah, but she was around a lot because she was with R. Kelly, who was collaborating a lot with Jay-Z, and this is a whole another set of problems that we don't have the time to go into within the scope of this video. Jay-Z developed such a disdain for Aaliyah, and it was so well known that when Hype Williams, who at the time was his right-hand man, was the sole reason why Aaliyah died on that plane, that's when people's eyebrows started to raise and they started looking at him and being suspicious about whether or not he may or may not have something to do with that going down. And the wild part is there wasn't even any extra people that got on the large plane with him. It was only Hype Williams. It's looking like dude knew what was up. Like, I'm not getting on that little plane with y'all. I'm about to get on this luxury plane and y'all stay together. Y'all, you've been together the whole time that y'all were shooting this video. So I want y'all to have this camaraderie and go ahead and fly together. I mean, damn, maybe whoever was behind this wanted to just take all of them out for some reason. Maybe they was on her side in the whole beef. I don't know. This is just conjecture and speculation just for extra added entertainment value. But my mind's just racing all over the place trying to figure this whole thing out. But check this out. In addition to everything else, the pilot that they hired was not given an opportunity by any other private jet airlines. He faked his pilot license. He had no credentials to even be flying that jet. Now get this. On top of everything else, not only did the pilot not have any experience, this was his very first gig, by the way, this guy showed up with coke in his system, what they found out later on after the crash, and dude was also drunk. So the dude was inexperienced, drunk, rejected from all these pilot hiring programs, and the dude was under the influence. What's the chances of all that lining up for one superstar to fly from Miami to the Bahamas? So let me break this whole thing down again. She was adamant about not getting on the plane. It was a real weird last-minute flight that everyone was apprehensive about. She had another flight arranged that was basically taken from her. She had a cocaine cowboy pilot who didn't have proper credentials, who had just had a felony drug charge, and she had to be sedated to get on the plane. This is a wild situation. And as far as the accusations of Jay-Z and Hype Williams, I don't know, you don't know, we don't know. But that's the narrative that's out there right now, and I'm just reporting the news. So y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all got any other things that I missed, that I didn't know about, or didn't find out, discover in my research, you let me know. But until next time, I'm Sonny Bravo, Action Over Talk. I'm going to holler at y'all next time.
I said that shit years ago about how bad Beyonce breath was. But now when I say it, it goes viral. Shout out to Big Shorty, my man used to bodyguard her. Investigators reached out to him and they want a statement from him. Federal investigators want a statement from him. What do you mean ain't no party like a Diddy party?
I have no doubt in my mind that Sean Carter,
boy from the hood but got White House clearance. Obama said chill, you gon' get me impeached. You don't need this anyway, chill with me on the beach.
Barack Obama.
I told Jay-Z the other day, you know, our lives are parallel. Nobody, I think, would expect us to be where we are today.
Oprah Winfrey.
Meanwhile, had Oprah chilling in the projects. Had out in Bed-Stuy, chilling on the steps, drinking quarter waters. I gotta be the best. MJ at Summer Jam, Obama on the text. Y'all should be afraid of what I'm gonna do next. Hold up.
Tyler Perry and Will Smith are going to be being held into account in the next year.
Confederate Army is fighting to keep Negroes enslaved, fighting, strategy, planning on this very ground. And now this very ground is owned by me.
If there's any chance that they can escape justice?
No. I'm praying for it. God always gives me what I pray for. They told me Diddy was never going to go to jail. I told them they was wrong.
Everything's for sale, got 5 passports, I'm never going to jail.
What are you gonna do for the next 365 days different than what you did before? What's new? Talk about the children. There's gonna be these explosions that lead to fire that burns evidence. There's gonna be 2 new deaths, whether they're fake or not. You know how the court system is going. You can see what the authority are doing. We've already done Hawaii with the blue roofs getting burned. We've done New York. We've done with the cats and dogs being eaten. We've done it all. So what are we doing about the children? We got the drones in the sky. We got the aliens out. We know that our celebrities are guilty, okay? What are we doing about the children? What's different? The children.
Against Jay-Z. That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Not trophies. Trophies can't roll with anybody.
Tony BuzBee Law Firm just filed a lawsuit against Roc Nation and Jay-Z's lawyers Marcy Craw and Quinn Emanuel for violation of various state laws, including barratry and impersonation of a public official. So Tony BuzBee Law Firm is claiming that Jay-Z's company is involved in a legal scheme to stop him from filing claims against him and Diddy.
So Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. You go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case. And there's nothing more said.
Hello.
The drama between 50 Cent and Jay-Z just hit another level, and it looks like the beef is officially on. So Jay-Z was pretty confident that the lawsuit from Jane Doe accusing him and Diddy of rape would be dismissed. Like, he really thought it was just gonna blow over. And he even publicly threatened lawyer Tony BuzBee that he would show him why he's different. But guess what? BuzBee is not backing down. In fact, he just came back swinging and filed another lawsuit, this time against Roc Nation, accusing them of playing dirty and using illegal tactics to block him from pursuing his cases against both Jay and Diddy. And as if that wasn't enough, here comes 50 Cent throwing more shade and pouring salt on Jay-Z's wounds. 50's been on social media taunting Jay over the lawsuit and talking about him in interviews, and it's clear that he's not holding back. And now sources from Jay's camp are saying he's not taking this lightly. The streets are saying Jay's been making shady moves behind the scenes, trying to mess with 50's business, just like he allegedly did when he tried to block 50 from performing at the Super Bowl.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he wanted to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing.
So with all this going down, it looks like the tension between 50 and Jay is far from over. But will Jay-Z respond directly to 50's comments, or will he try to stop his bag behind the scenes? And what's really going on at Roc Nation now that BuzBee is accusing them of some serious stuff? Let's break it down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And this is on your this is on 50? Yeah. It says I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. They like the NFL. They won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right.
So as you probably know now, 50 Cent has been trolling Jay-Z for years, but things escalated when he found out that Jay tried to block him from performing at Dr. Dre's Super Bowl halftime show. 50 has never been one to hold back, and when he caught wind of Jay allegedly pulling strings behind the scenes, he wasted no time turning up the heat.
And the same thing that saved your life is going to you. Don't put it down.
And I saw that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless. En masse.
What happens when two of Hollywood's biggest icons are at odds, and one decides to get the FBI involved? Jim Carrey has never held back about Hollywood's dark side, but now he's putting Will Smith in the spotlight.
So I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up.
Why did Jim call out Will? And what does it mean when a long-brewing tension reaches this level?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless. En masse.
In a Hollywood feud unlike any other, Jim Carrey, the man who's made a career of exposing the industry's secrets, is taking aim at Will Smith. And the tension between them? Let's just say it's been simmering for years. So, what exactly is going on? In a bizarre twist, Jim Carrey, a man known for his dark take on Hollywood's secrets, has stepped in to warn none other than Will Smith, a hip-hop icon who's been blowing the whistle on Hollywood's darkest side. Sources in Hollywood say that the tension between Will Smith and Jim Carrey has been building up for years. It's not just a matter of two big personalities clashing. This rift cuts deeper. Apparently, Will has a tough time dealing with how unpredictable Jim can be. Unlike most stars who stick to Hollywood's unspoken rules, Jim Carrey isn't afraid to speak his mind, even if it means calling out the industry's hypocrisy or throwing shade at big award shows. His outspokenness keeps everyone guessing, and Will, who's known for a more polished image, reportedly finds it unsettling.
If you were to come up missing and dead, who did it? Tell us.
Can't tell you who done it. I can tell you who wanted it. And it will most definitely be Clive Davis.
So you think Clive is looking for me?
Oh, I know he's looking for me. I know he's worried about me. And he should be.
Why?
He should be very worried about me.
Why?
Because I know things about him that he don't want nobody to know. I know things he's done. And it's hurt people that I love.
Like what?
You know, what I will say is this. When you're the kind of manager that would pay your client to be quiet about a rape to save a tour, and then nuke their career, tell everyone that they're crazy, and ostracize them because they disagreed with being quiet about it, When you're that kind of person that employs the same group of drug dealers that you've been working with for the past 25 years, and out of nowhere, people just keep dying of drug overdoses. You know, it kind of pisses me off that all of these artists have died from drug overdoses and nobody really bothered to take the time to look at the toxicology reports. See, all rock stars are drug addicts and alcoholics anyway, so why bother to do an extensive check? Easiest way to get rid of a difficult artist is a drug overdose. Because everyone will believe that they killed themselves.
So who did Clive Davis kill?
Oh, I can't tell you who he killed. I can tell you who he worked with that ended up dead.
Who? Besides Whitney
Houston.
Yeah.
Janis Joplin.
So you know for sure that Clive Davis killed Whitney and killed.
I didn't say I knew anything for sure.
Okay.
What I am saying is that the same drug dealer that has showed up to service a lot of these entertainers that have died have very close ties to Clive Davis, and everyone knows it. He's always hanging out at the Ivy. He has a bad diet and he drinks too much.
What's his name?
Everybody. I don't know.
You don't know his name?
I was drunk. I've seen him around.
Okay.
If you understand.
Now, being that you have had such a traumatic life, and
it would be easy for people to say that I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not bipolar trying to play Kanye.
Okay.
I'm also brilliant. And I'm also in complete control of my faculties.
Okay.
See, I'm the most dangerous person that there is because I don't give a fuck if they kill me.
Miss Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter just donated $100,000 to the BuzBee alma mater. It's just listed in Forbes, and now she's donating to her husband's arch enemy's alma mater in Houston, Texas, where all of those families consort and know each other and country club together and go to Joel Osteen's services from time to time. Yeah. Matthew Knowles has been auspiciously quiet. Wonder why? If anything goes down with the Carters, it goes down for the Knowles because they live off of what's generated from that marriage. Or maybe Tony Busby's just doing all the speaking for them to make sure that their daughter can break away, maintain some symbol of, oh my God, I didn't know he was a monster. I will survive. Books, tours, terrible remixes, new footwear lines, and all of this. And
the PSA on Curtis about him and Soulja Boy on the cover, kind of poking the bear there.
I'm not poking a bear. I'm saying that he's a stone. And I've spoken to 2 men he's lived in sales with, who you had with. Curtis, no, I'm not saying allegedly. You're and you know it. I'm over Curtis. I'm over Curtis. I'll tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop.
Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro. He already knew what he wanted.
I can be your manager, just give me a chance.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy in front of all these people.
Something is not right with this.
I've been with Sean for quite a while, and I've captured a lot of moments. Anytime the studio or any rooms is red, it's making love and sex. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
How did this superstar music mogul become an alleged monster?
And I can show you how we have fun and stay out of jail, too.
Be down.
She took the money. $90 million bought their silence. And they had to protect Barry Hankerson, because if Barry went down, that would have tore the whole Houghton family to pieces. And then they would have just had nothing. You got to understand, these people, they make these wild choices. They hope that it turns out for the best. And then when it turns out bad, they take the money, shut up, and pretend like it never happened. Do you really think her parents want people to believe that they knew her death was foul play and they just took money and got quiet? That would make them monsters, wouldn't it?
Now, I will say that I do believe that her brother is innocent. Aaliyah was actually very close with her brother, and he actually moved away to Japan years back. And in my opinion, I do believe that he knows something, but I don't think that he wants anything to do with that family.
You claimed that Christian Combs, Diddy's son, was caught with a transgender.
Transgender contacted us, gave us content, along with other various rappers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not co-signing this. I'm not saying it's true. I'm addressing your statement.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you know, that's when the Ray J stuff was going on. You know, we've been having the content, but Ray J's been very protective of that, and we've been very protective of it. You know, my whole thing is that, you know, we're going to play games. We're going to play the games. When you come fuck with anybody I'm tied to, somebody that I'm, you know, I got business with that I love like a brother, then, you know, we're going to play the game. But, you know.
So what exactly happened? Because according to Ray J, Diddy's sons approached him at some party over his comments?
Yeah, I guess it had been going on. He just wasn't telling us because, you know, he kind of like watched them grow up. So I guess Ray J doing his, the news that he does, they felt like Ray J's trolling was disrespectful.
I gotta go higher. Yep. So I did. And I'm gonna keep going higher. Because after we finish with all of the pretenders and the fake black billionaires, we're going after the Lucian Grangers.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian. He's like, you know, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spin.
We're going after the Jimmy Iovines. We're going after the Leora Cohens.
Jay-Z or Dame Dash?
Jay-Z all day. Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him.
We have to.
Amen to that. Clive Davis.
And I financed Bad Boy Records. To see him, you know, at the time that Whitney died, to so articulate why the party had to go on.
Lou Taylor.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on Lou Taylor?
She's a... and she should be... what she done to Britney Spears' life.
Do you believe that Britney was Diddy and
Absolutely. All of those girls, all of those men.